Welcome to Travel Discovery. I am Lisa and I will be your host. Today we are in the Philippines and we are going to visit a real life funeral setup and talk about funeral customs and traditions in the Philippines. With the consent of the family, we were able to visit in home the funeral setup, which is very typical to have a wake at the home. So it starts with a banner of the deceased in front of the residence. We'll just spin around here to show you we're in the province, one of the provinces in the Philippines or countryside, and it's a rice growing town. So today we even see some of the farmers planting their rice. Please know it's very typical to videotape and take pictures at a funeral. It's not unusual and it's not disrespectful, but we did get consent. So there's a picture of the deceased, and we have an elaborate setup with flowers. You might see candles, other photos. Keep in mind the life expectancy is 71 in the Philippines, and the US it's 79, just to put things in perspective. The Philippine government also awards the person 100,000 pesos at the age of 100, or about $2,000. That's what they receive when they reach 100. The family is actually waiting for this, the one that we're visiting. Cremation costs are a little bit cheaper, 40,000 pesos or $700 if you prefer. So we have a picture of the deceased who actually did reach 100 years old. And in the Philippines, they will arrange the coffin, and this is an open casket. It's sealed, there's glass on top. And so the visitors can actually see the deceased. So there's flowers, there's candles, there's lights. And we see a piano, they'll play music, speakers. There's a box if visitors would like to make a financial donation to help cover the cost. There's also food that's set up. We'll talk more about that. So all the guests are fed. So all of this costs around 100,000 to 120,000 pesos, and that includes the cost of the coffin, flowers that are replaced every few days, fresh flowers, the digging of the burial site, and food that's catered to feed guests and those that come to pay their respects. So the body is embalmed already and will stay here in the home. So this is an outdoor patio, and this coffin will stay here until the funeral home comes and disassembles everything when they're ready for burial. So one of the reasons why it's in the home, it's just customary, is you have to wait for a death certificate to actually bury the body. So there's usually this delay between when the person dies and when they're actually buried. And when all is said and done, the funeral home will come and pick up the flowers, disassembled everything, to take it to the burial site or the cemetery. So back to the cost, anywhere from 100,000 to 120,000 pesos. And that's around $2,000. And again, it includes the cost of everything you see. They'll even give you a canopy where the guests will sit, and so they'll take everything away. So it's sort of an all-in-one package that's already done for you. Of course, you can just pay for the coffin and that's it, but a lot of families opt, if they can afford, opt to just have everything done for them. It certainly makes it easier. Funeral customs in the Philippines vary depending on the region and religion, of course. Generally, Filipino funerals involve a wake where people and family and friends will pay respects to deceased. This is where the coffin is going to go. We see people have already started to gather, and they're actually going to take the coffin. They're going to walk to the local cemetery. So this is where the coffin will go. They'll play music as this is, led out through the community. It is common for mourners to wear black or white clothing and offer condolences to the family. So after a death, the family will hold a wake for up to 7 days. In this case, it was about 9 days. And it's up to the family to completely cater everything. So you can see that goes into the cost of the funeral arrangements. So here the coffin is being taken out and it's going to be put on this carriage. Of course, it's not horse-drawn. It's going to be pulled by a pickup, as you'll see, and music will be played throughout the community as the person is led away to the actual burial site. And remember, food does play a significant role in the wake, as the family is the one, again, that prepares or caters meals each evening for those who gather to pay respect. The funeral itself is a typical Catholic service, complete with hymns and prayers and scripture readings. Again, it depends on the religion. Some are Baptist, some are Catholic or another faith. And there tends to be a large turnout for Filipino funerals, as loved ones really make it a priority to attend. So it is a big deal in the community. Again, music is playing, people are attending throughout the day, expressing their condolences for 7 days and sometimes more. So it really is quite an event when someone dies here in the Philippines. Of course, again, this varies from region to region, but this is very typical, keeping the body in the home until it's ready to be taken away by the family members, and you'll see them walking behind. You'll see kids, anyone that wants to pay their respect, close family members directly behind the coffin. And we do express our condolences to this family and thank them for allowing me to videotape this ceremony. So please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see what we will discover next on Travel Discovery. Please remember to see, explore, and discover. Every country has something to offer. Take care and be safe.